the thing.
Okay, go
This
ahead.
is like years, like, and I'm
Mhm,
going to say a couple years after the
mhm.
Oklahoma incident.
Okay.
So let's say the Oklahoma incident was like May 20, 2000. I was what? I was at Saks. I got let go in 2016. So what was this like 20, 2014? We met
2014. Okay.
2014, 2015.
Okay. So you weren't 30 yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because I turned 30 in what, 2020? No, 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 no. That's a lie. Oh, but listen, there's so many years,
The
2020, that
reason
are
why
just
I asked, I'm just like, okay, so you still like young and
no, no. I'm telling you though, my sister's absolutely right
I
because
believe her. I really
yeah,
think she
it's
thought
the
that you
sex
was gonna
thing,
like
but it was
manipulate you into
it
some
was the
sex.
entitlement of my coochie to
Girl.
you. Like you felt so entitled. I thought you was just being kind, so I was seeing how long I could hold out. And if I had to do anything, sometimes these men just want company and they want to date and have, wine and dine people and have a good time. And again, it wasn't like I wasn't attracted to you. It's just you, because we ended up having a conversation about what happened. Because he was like, I had you at my house and we had some sex. And I say, yeah. I said, so actually, I said, let me be honest with you. This
Hmm.
is what turned the faucet off. And I
Okay.
told him, I said, I'm a person I'm a firm believer in everything doesn't need to be said. And so you have to use discretion with people, especially when you are dating women,
Hmm.
and women that are very aware, hyper aware, sensitive, use discernment. I said, you didn't need to tell me that story. What was the point of you telling me that story? Because the part that, I get you not wanting a baby by somebody that you casually having sex with, but that also means that you have to be sexually responsible. You're too old to be sexually
Gotta have sexual
irresponsible.
discipline as well. I
Yep.
think sometimes men they lack sexual discipline because, as you said, they feel entitled to as much as I spend, then I'm supposed to get it because I'm spending money. But
Right.
that's not how it's supposed to go. That's not this. You're
Exactly.
not entitled to my body, and then you're supposed to be disciplined like anyone else supposed to be disciplined. You a grown ass man, so that means that you can't discipline your own self. Go.
Exactly. Then, and then he had made a comment. He said, well, if it was you, I would have let you have my baby. And I was like, that doesn't make me feel good.
I was about to say, why do guys say that? Like, oh,
Yeah. I was like, that doesn't
I
make me
do
feel
not
good.
feel like, and I've had that not compliment. I had that comment, and I want to make sure I say this correctly. I had that comment made about me, like, "Oh, I want you to have my baby." That's not a compliment.
It's not a
That's
compliment.
not a compliment.
At
Having a child and being your wife are totally different things. That's not a compliment. I had
it's
that
not.
comment made to me, and I was like, "You think I'm just out here trying to waiting to get pregnant?" No,
No, not at all. And that was the crazy thing. And so I explained it to him. I said, you don't need to repeat that story to
of course
anyone.
not.
I was like, that's something you honestly just take it to the grave.
Some things you don't need to. Actually, you know what? Don't even take it to the grave. Tell me at like a 5 year anniversary or something like that.
I
Well, we
don't
might
even
do them.
but what does that do for me? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. You just wanted
Absolutely
to
nothing.
say, okay, so maybe he just wants to say like he is kind of hip because he dated somebody with a bad wig before.
Maybe, but like all you had to say was, yes, I had.
That's
And then
all.
leave it
That's
at
it.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And just say, oh, I had an interesting experience, blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah, 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 blah. And like, I move on, but and leave that out. Like, oh, like yeah, a couple times, or no. And then it just be that. But the extra rah rah, I was like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Girl, I couldn't do that. Okay. So that was a horrible dating story. So one thing that I can say about that, and we kind of dissected, is like The audacity. That's what comes to mind.
And I know, like, here's the thing: if people was like,
Audacity.
you to see him again. I'm like, yeah, but it was like it was sporadic. It was like kind of spread out. Then there were periods where we would like kick it for like tough for a minute,
Uh-huh.
that happened. I was like, wait, how did we get here from that? Like, that's craziness.
So what made y'all like go into, I call it turtle shells, right? Because sometimes y'all hang out and then y'all go into your turtle shells because you know y'all don't be hanging out and then y'all go right back out. So what made y'all like go in and out and not necessarily define a relationship?
I would say because he a Libra.
Not Libras. Remember we said don't talk about Libras. Ah,
If
Libras.
I'm being honest, that's what it was. Because listen,
But
I
you
told
an
you
Aquarius. Y'all supposed to get along with Libras.
we supposed to. I'm supposed to be with a Libra. That is what.
Yes.
But no, it's a no for me. It's
Yeah.
a no for me
It's a
because they
okay.
just do too much and not enough at the same time. I
Mm.
said what I said. They do too
And you
much and not enough at the
the
same
same.
time.
Well, he
That
definitely
is
did
a
too much
Libra.
and not enough at the same time. He definitely did. So we gonna call it like it is. The audacity of this man.
And also,
And
he ended up being closer to my dad's age. I like older men.
I
I
think
don't
we
need
talked
you
about
to
this.
be you have to be like 10 years younger than my daddy or 11 years or or more.
How old is old to you? Like
So
old?
at that time we were
Because you was in your late 20s.
so I was in my late 20s, yes. And it
Mhm.
didn't even cross my mind to ask him how old he was.
Okay.
And then when we were oddly enough when we were in Oklahoma, I was talking about, oh, we're planning a 60th birthday surprise party for my dad. He said, oh, your dad not much older than me. And I was like,
Mhm.
how old are you?
So that's
And
when you
at that time I believe he was like 59.
girl. Oh,
Girl,
I don't know how you like these old ass men like that because I don't want nobody old
I
like that.
don't
I'm
know.
close to the 50. Well, I'm not 50, y'all. Let's get it straight. But what I'm saying is that in me, I am 40, and I still wouldn't date no 59-year-old man. I don't
So
know.
is it okay to say that I have an ex that just turned 60?
Well, let me put a pin in that because before this shit happened with Shannon Sharp, that nigga fine.
I said okay until he
Before this shit happened with Shannon Sharp, that nigga fine.
I said, see, I feel like I like his build. I could date a guy like that, but
Or Deion Sanders.
I just felt like I could not. His speech impediment doesn't bother me too much,
Mm,
but um, that I said not too much. I didn't say it did not. I said not too much.
I
As
didn't think about the speech impediment until you just said it. Now I'm kind of retracting my word
no, it was. Let me tell you what turned me off from him.
because he
So
does have
not
speech
somebody saying
impediment.
that he looked like Barney, but it was how he yelped one day, and he did the Barney like it was like he did the same
Who
Barney laugh,
said
and
he
that
looked
turned me
like
off.
Barney?
And I was like, I can't do Shannon Sharp. I
Oh
can't.
my
But I
gosh.
always said, I said, hey, had he called me, this wouldn't be a problem.
Had he called me too, this wouldn't be a problem. Cause Shannon, but I know he looked like, well, not look like, but I didn't know he had that speech impediment until you mentioned it, and I'm like, oh yeah, he definitely has
He
that
come on
speech.
now. He talk. He got lists kinda.
He kind
He
of
talk.
does.
He
See,
talk with his
sometimes
tongue.
I think that it's the southern accent, right? Because he has a strong southern accent, and
Yes,
so now when you put the two together, I'm like, oh, ugh,
he has a speech impediment.
he has a speech impediment. So now,
Yeah.
so Deion Sanders though, and
Okay, that's different. Prime time must be the money. And if
Prime.
it listen, I know Karuchi said that she don't go out with him. I don't believe that.
But I don't believe that at all.
Girl, because let me tell you something. I was like, oh, I still got a chance. Because I done had a crush on Deion Sanders since I was a kid.
I didn't had a crush on Deion Sanders since I was a kid, and if he was in the hospital, you think I won't be Karuchi
Cause I'd
Tree?
be like, "Mommy, the money."
I would be right at the bedside on the video like she did. I would be just like Karuchi. Can I tell you that I would be making sure, talking to the doctors, making sure he has everything he needed? Girl, don't play with me.
See,
Don't play with me and Deion Sanders.
but see, and um, that's why I was like, you want me to believe that you doing all that crying and talking about y'all don't go to y'all just really good friends. And like I just can't even believe Tracy Edmonds even confronted her asking her. Like that's just so why is that your business?
I think
Like
she
y'all
was.
are over and done as the beginning of freaking Destiny's Child Emotion says, over and done. But I'm guessing
No,
that heartache lives on inside because how are you gonna do that?
it still
But
hurt.
enough about that. In my story, what is one of your terrible dating
So I
stories?
was waiting for you to call me on. Call on me. Call on me. So,
I
okay.
thought you were just gonna slide in. You really had the floor.
Girl, okay. So I had went on this date, right? And so it was just one of this guy, and we have been kicking it. It's been so cool. Like we were kicking it. We did a day trip. It was so much fun. Okay. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like a little summer love. It was kind of like 20. I come back to it. But anyway, it was like a little summer love. So it was really cute. So we was kicking it, we was having fun, everything. We were going on dates. Okay. So one time we were supposed to go on this date, right? And it was really weird because then I wasn't hearing from him like I was hearing from him before. And then I was like, okay, well, no problem. I had kind of just left it alone. Okay. So then he was like, okay, so do you want to meet up and have dinner? I'm like, okay, cool. So I picked the place. And then St. Louis is this one place. Oh, I've been there before. I know how to get there, but I don't exactly know the name. But it's in
Okay.
Dogtown or something like that. It's
Okay.
down the street from one of the elementary schools in St. Louis Public. It's in a really nice area. So, and it's like a bar. They have a brunch. The food is amazing. So I picked there and I'm all cute and everything, and my little cute outfit and my little skirt and my little boots and my little, I was so, so cute. So then he shows up 30 minutes late. But here's the reason why I waited, because I actually showed up 15 minutes late. So I'm like, okay,
Okay. Okay.
right. Because I actually showed up 15 minutes late. So I'm like, okay, my bad. Cool. He said he's going to be whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I'm 15 minutes late. That's a grace period. No problem. So then he had texted me. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm coming around the corner. So this was not 30 minutes late, 20 minutes late. So then we order food, right? Well, I order food. Can I tell you this mother beep 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 came into the now mind you, I told you I was cute. I'm too cute. Got my little skirt on, got my little boots, got my little horse. I'm baby, I'm fine. He coming here with the dirtiest sweats, the dirtiest hoodie. Now it's a hoodie in the summertime. When I remember I said my little boots, but you can kind of wear boots in the summertime. Not like over the knee boots, but like it was like a little cowboy boot. It was cute. Anyway, and it was kind of transitioning from summer to fall. So it was like the end of August, September. So, whatever. Anyway, so he came in with the dirtiest sweats, the dirtiest hoodie, the dirtiest sneakers. I was like, mm, what do
Did
I
he
do?
smell?
He didn't smell at all. I was just like, what did I do? What did I do? Like, ugh. I was like, this is not the same person. Now, mind you, when we been dating, he would be in slacks or his jeans. Like, he would be dressed to the nines. But then you come up looking dirty and dingy as hell. He did not smell, but he did,
It
he
looked like he
smelled.
smelled.
He looked like he smelled, but he smoked.